What's up, Parowing fans? This is my simple paddle sling for Parowing paddle assisted downwind runs. Okay, a lot of people use just a simple single sling like this, which is just a basic inner tube tire, super stretchy, and it works in light winds and, you know, going downwind. But with a Parowing, going across the wind, going like 2 miles out to get to the bumps in 35-mile-an-hour breeze, it just wasn't stable enough. The paddle was flying out of control. I tried it like this, and as I'd be flying across the wind, the paddle just violently whipping around, hit me in the leg, and then eventually ended up being a very uncomfortable neck strap. So as you can imagine, that was not ideal. So I abandoned that, and then I came up with this simple backpack idea, which is the same inner tube, bicycle inner tube tire that I slit in half, and so now I have 2 straps instead of 1. And now I didn't want the blade down by my board because I didn't want to potentially ding my board when I'm kneeling to get up on the Parowing, or, you know, in wind gusts or whatever. So I opted for the blade up, and then I opted obviously for the blade point backwards so that it has less chance of getting wrapped in the Parowing lines. So I simple, easy put on backpack. And the inner tube is stretchy and grippy, which is excellent. And then what I do is I clip the two sides into the buckle at the bottom of my PFD, and now it's like super stable. Not, I mean, a little bit of action, but it's like I can be flying across the wind in 40-mile-an-hour winds, and this thing is not going anywhere. It moves a little, but I made sure the handle was high enough so that when I'm kneeling down on my board, it's not banging. And if you're not wearing a PFD and don't have this buckle, I suggest using a carabiner or something that's gonna keep these straps together. That's what really gives this a lot of stability. So I considered getting like a 3-piece paddle. A 2-piece paddle, I realized, was only like 6 inches shorter than my original paddle, so that didn't work for me. And then I researched a 3-piece paddle, and I thought, well, then I gotta sit on my board and put it together and paddle up, and then if I want to Parowing again, I gotta take it apart and put it on my back. So that was a hassle. So for me, this worked best. And then, I mean, I'm Parowing out 2 miles, having a blast, and of course, I mean, why don't want to paddle up my first attempt? I might as well just sling myself into an epic bump. So Parowing out, sling myself in an epic bump, collapse, wad, stow. So I put away my Parowing, I'm on a magic bump. I want to take out my paddle, I just take one arm off at a time. 1, 2, and then, whoo, I'm downwinding, paddling, having a blast. Now for the strap, I used a standard 29-inch old mountain bike inner tube tire I had. Cut the inflation valve off, and now you have, well, I shortened it too. So this is about like 38 inches long. So I just guessed and made it what I made it, and it worked for me. So you might have to do trial and error. I then cut it in half along the whole tube. So now you have 2 pieces like this. So then you want to put a slit down the middle of one of these pieces to create the 2 straps. And I would leave solid rubber, probably like 2 inches on the end. So I just used a razor blade, and I sliced it like 2 inches in. I just sliced down the middle. So then you end up with this now, 1 piece with sliced down the middle, so it's 2 straps with the ends like this. So you put the first, you put one on, you just go like that, and then weave the other end of the tire through that. You can make it all tidy. Now to put the other end on, you just kind of do this like pre-loop thing. And slide that onto your paddle. So now you have the two sides. So I started from the top first, and you can like flip this rubber around and make it tidy. Of course, I'm just kind of doing this quickly for the movie. And like I said, I started 13 inches from the handle. So basically here. And also I'm putting these straps centered so that along the blade, so that the paddle blade faces forward and the straps are on the back. Pull this flap kind of nice and tight like that. Then I use some old-fashioned electrical tape, super stretchy and sticky, and stick that there. Wrap it up nice and tight. And I do a more thorough job. I'm just doing this for the video. Do the other side. Make it nice, tight and tidy, and I actually go all the way so that it's sticking to the shaft of the paddle. There you go, and that's one side. And then to do the other side, it just depends how big you are and how wide a gap you want, for how wide you do this. I mean, you don't want it super, you need it loose enough to get on, but so you can't do it like super tight or you won't be able to get it on. My paddle here that I've been using, I did about 18 inches apart. So then you just do the same on this other one, pull it in nice and tight. And then tape it on, and there you go. Super simple. Complimentary pussy shot.